something to say. I got something to say. We all got something to say. Speak up, stand up, wake up, get down. Everybody in the world know your feelings. Speak a little more love and space. I got something to say.
And good night. Welcome to another night with In the Chair with Montee and Mimi. We hope that you are ready for an exciting show, as this is Mimi's show and I'm only a co-host tonight. What's up?
Don't say that this is Mimi's show. This is our show. We just call it with a topic.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
So how are you, Mimi?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How was your week?
Well, it's a week.
It's a week.
Yeah, I'm getting myself ready to go back into work. I was supposed to go back in on the 12th, but they called and asked me could I come earlier, and I'm gonna be working some of the other bars. So y'all pray for me.
Oh, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I had to get on bar 2 days.
That's more money, right?
No, it's more work for less money.
More work, but less money. But
yeah. See, I work in the high roller suite. I'm not complaining. Okay. It is what it is. I'm gonna go on in there and I'm taking one for the team.
Take it for the team then.
Yeah.
I see your shirt. Your shirt says "Be you."
Be you, do you, for you.
Be you, do you, for you. I like it. Be you, do you, for you. Yeah. All right. And so my week has been a little challenging. However, I am here. There was a really, really bad car wreck on the way home. And so it barely missed me. So I'm just good to be alive. I am.
Child, when I tell you that happened to me earlier this year. Mm-hmm. No lie. I was coming from I was supposed to go out with Charmaine and her boyfriend, and got the little bowling alleys mixed up, and I said, shoot, I'm just going on in. It was almost 11 o'clock at night, and I'm coming down 295, and literally, when I tell you I heard the boom, and the car literally came right past my window, flipped upside down.
Oh, wow.
So it shook my car. That's how close it was. But it was like this far from hitting my car. So I trust me, I understand. I know that feeling.
So I want to say to everyone, hello. This is something different for me tonight. I forgot my computer at work. So I'm using a whole nother computer, a computer that I'm not used to. And so that means that I don't have admin rights tonight to actually see what's actually going on. So I can see what's in the chat and what the producer puts up. But normally I can see stuff before it comes out. So I'm going to say this. I see Linda. What's up, Linda?
Hey,
and Deshaun,
Linda.
What's up, Rashawn? And Miss Sandra. What's up, girl? So listen, tonight, we have an exciting show. I'm sure it's going to get a little heated. So I'm going to go ahead and warn y'all now that this is going to get a little heated as we started this conversation. What's up, Anthony? We started this conversation on Friday at work. What's up, Real? And it ended up with Mimi and Lamont not speaking.
No. I'm still speaking to you always. What I did, because you had clients.
We're not gonna go there.
It was no. It was getting heated, and that wasn't the place for that conversation. It did get heated, and it was time for me to step out, because at the end of the day, that's where you make your money. Period.
So listen, This started Friday, and I'm not fired up. So this started Friday, and like I said, it got a little heated between Mimi and I, and it ended up us not saying goodbye to each other. It was just like a separation.
I was gonna say goodbye. Your ass walked around the other way.
So, no, I didn't.
Because normally you walked past my room. I didn't. You walked the other way. So don't put that on me, because I know how to still. I can still keep it cute and speak. I do that. I'm do that well.
Speaking, and so we are here tonight, And Mimi had the point the other way. I'm the other
Oh,
way.
point the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so Mimi chose this topic tonight. And so we're going to discuss this. This is what led to this heated conversation. So
Yeah.
Mimi,
Yeah.
the ball is in your court, and let's get this started.
Let's get it started.
Well, what's
So,
the word tonight? I think we should have a good word tonight.
well, I'm still on
I'm
water.
ready
So
because
you
I
come
feel
up
like
with the
it's
word.
gonna be one of those nights, so I'm
Oh, you
ready.
got two. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta watch the calories. The girl is trying to. I'm working on my butt to gut ratio. So, you
Linda
know.
said, "Let me get my Pepsi." All right. So
Yeah.
tonight's topic is what, Mimi? Well, the
It's
first
about.
word. Let's do with the word. What's up, Shawanda?
I don't know what is the word.
I think the word tonight should be bitch. I mean, that's your
Okay, there
favorite
you go.
word, and I'm learning to use it fluently. And so
As
tonight's
long as
word,
you don't use the adjectives, it's
what's
fine.
the adjective? Oh, the
No, I
adjective.
said no adjectives.
Oh, okay. So let's
Yeah,
just do bitch. Okay,
yeah.
so tonight's word is bitch with no adjectives. And so every time you hear the word bitch, you're gonna take a drink.
Hmm.
Um, Deshaun says, I know Mimi can hold on, so I ain't worried. Mimi gonna always say what she got to say, and with a good lip too. She is.
Yes, thank you, sugar.
So listen, tonight's topic. Go ahead, Mimi. It's in your court.
So we're talking about parenthood and the sacrifices that we make for it. Okay. So I'm going to give you all a little recap of the conversation that we
Yeah.
had on Friday that definitely got heated because Monty and I are very passionate people. Okay. So I shared with him and one of his clients and her husband. We were in there talking, and I shared that a childhood friend of mine recently, and this is real life stuff. Been married to a gentleman for 17 years. Okay, they have a 12-year-old now. But when all this took place, it was like maybe about 6 months ago when the child was still 11. So he decides that, and I'm sure that this has been a lifelong thing. He's always known this is what he wanted, and come to find out his mama knew. Well, he's away in the Navy. Meanwhile, my friend is raising their child, and she thinks she got a strong, solid marriage. Well, he ups and says he wants to be a woman now. Now, no, he did not come to her first. He goes to their mutual friends. Okay. I need everybody to listen real good. He goes to their mutual friends and tells them first. Then the second folks that he tells is his 11-year-old son. And that's how my friend found out because her 11-year-old came and said, Mommy, Daddy wants to be a girl. Okay. So Monty then tells me, he said, well, your friend had to know. I said, no, she didn't know. Because some folks are not very savvy. Some people are brought up a little naive. And I know how this girl was brought up. He said, nah, she had to know. I said, no. And if you would have not seen the man, he not that good looking as a man. So I don't know how he gonna fare as a girl. But that's what he want to do. That's his business. But my argument with Monty was that was extremely selfish of him. Extremely selfish. And he said, well, when are we supposed to live our lives? And I said, well, and I brought in the Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, situation. I said, everybody was giving him kudos. But see, it's only because he's a white man that it's okay. All right. But, and Uncle Real, I saw that she didn't know. But anyway, everybody's talking about Bruce Jenner was so brave. And it's not, to me, it wasn't brave. It was selfish. It's brave in 1979 before this shit is all acceptable and hot. It's not brave after you then got everything you wanted. You got 3 separate families, and now everybody, all your kids and shit got to unpack. Daddy is now no longer daddy. So the whole argument that we had was it was selfish. And granted, I'm not saying that it's not hard to in the LGBTQ. I know y'all added some more letters, community. I know it got to be hard. However, you cannot, to me, as a parent, you don't put that on your kids to unpack. You don't do that. And if you do, it's a way to do it. And the way he did it was all wrong. And so Monty was telling me, he said, no, no. When should he? Fuck them kids. I said, well, hold up, no, we don't do that. He said, no, he should be able to live his truth and whatever. Not at no 12 years old. Absolutely not. The baby on the computer trying to figure out, he typing in how I'm gonna fix my daddy. Because the way daddy did it was all wrong. You don't go tell no, they 11-year-old mind can't process that shit. So that was the entire argument. Not that he want to be a woman, because that's his damn business. But he said, fuck them kids. And you supposed to, I'm gonna go live my life. And I told him in that, with that fuck them kids, I said, you know what? You ain't if you get a church, ain't nobody coming with that type of attitude. He said, and then it went to a whole nother thing. But that's what it has. So y'all go ahead and weigh in, and you let me know what you think.
Okay, so let me go back. Because I see a couple of people saying that he was wrong. She knew. People are saying that this would have been a perfect topic for loyalty. You'd be surprised what 11-year-old could process. And yes, fuck them kids. Live your best life. And so this is
Who is saying fuck them kids? Live your. Is it a man or a woman?
It's a man. It's a man. And so let me go back. Oftentimes we don't understand where Janessa says, Lamont Ford, I know you didn't say that. So oftentimes we don't know what the dynamics were in the household. And I hold true to this. And I know that Mimi is saying this is her childhood friend. She knows her friend and all this and that, but we only know so much. We don't know what the household dynamics was, and we don't know what it still is. And so my thing is for him to go to his child first. As Black people, we tend to, and this is just being honest, most Black women, when they get mad at the Black man or the Black daddy, you can't see my kids. You ain't gonna talk to my kids no more. You ain't gonna come around my kids. You ain't gonna do this around my kids. And so I get it. I get why he went and had the conversation with the child first, because we don't know what this Black woman was going to do. We don't know. We don't know how she's going to react in the moment, because I've seen it so many times. I've experienced it so many times. When the woman gets mad at the Black man, the first thing she try to do, these is my kids, and you ain't gonna see my kids. Don't come around my kids. Don't let the child support check be late. Don't come around my kids. Don't talk to my kids. Let her not get what she wants. If she wants sex from that man, and he not willing to lay down with that woman no more, the first thing that she gonna say is, don't come around me or my kids. You wasn't no good when I laid down with you, but you got 4 kids by this man, but he wasn't no good. Now, I get not all women are like that. Not all, Linda. However, in this moment with something this serious, we still don't know how this woman would react and how she's still reacting. I can tell Mimi, oh, I'm all good. But then in all actuality, I raise all kinds of hell when I get home. I don't know. I don't know the woman. But what
you supposed to raise hell from that shit. Because
no.
you've been absolutely no. You've known your entire life. So don't come over to me and I'm thinking that I got this because I'm a heterosexual woman. I'm not a lesbian. So that's what you're trying to make me, because you want to be a girl now. I didn't marry a woman. I married a man.
So this is the thing.
No, and so this is the thing. That was deception from the beginning. He wanted, no. He wanted a child. And you can't admit that. That's what he wanted.
Oh,
he got what he wanted, but now this child is going to have to unpack this, because he did this shit all wrong.
There are several gay men that want children. There are several.
It's a lot of gay men that want children. And my thing is, you can find women that'll still give them to you. It's a whole lot of lesbians want kids. Why don't y'all link up?
How do we
Make that
know?
shit happen.
How do we know that she did not know? And you say that she didn't know, but listen, there had to be something. There was something. There was something that happened throughout that marriage of 15 years. You cannot tell me that he did not switch one time or he didn't put something on one time that you question, but like, baby, you all right? Did he?
No, because guess what? Most of the time he was out at sea. He was in the Navy. So he could go and play hide the missile where the fuck he was at.
Why is it hide the missile?
Okay, it was that shit. That's what I said.
But this is my thing. For 15 years, you're saying that they were together for 15 years.
They were together for they've been married for 17 years.
So it just wasn't for a baby because the baby's only 11, 12. So then what were they doing the other 5 years? There had to be something there that he was working.
This is the thing. You act like some situations you can tell and some you cannot.
You know, I think that in this situation, and you know what, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that there was something there. And so then my thing is, and this is where our argument really started. I agree. This is a much needed topic for the Black community because what happens in the Black community, we're still fighting racism, but then we are the community that has experienced it the most, and we can't even accept our own gay kids. We can't accept a Black man coming and saying, oh, I want to be a woman. Or I have gender dysphoria. I can't identify. I don't want to be what I was born as. And now I choose to live my truth. We can't even accept that. We have these angry people. We have these angry people that get in their feelings and then they be like, well, you shouldn't have did this or you shouldn't have did this. But in all actuality, this is this man's truth. Let this man live in his truth. If he chooses to be a female, let him. And so the argument.
Why you can't do it after the baby get out of school? I mean, at 11, that shit is hard.
Why am I waiting? If I wait, I may
Why
never.
don't you have a child? Don't have no kids if you know. Now you are responsible for this other life, and I don't care what you. That's selfish.
It's not.
It is selfish, and absolutely selfish.
So then, when I made the statement, and this is what I said exactly. Sometimes in life, you have to say "fuck them kids" and you have to live your life. And that turned into a whole spiral. And
yeah, damn right, because we don't say fuck the kids because they kids.
Nobody don't come to your.
They didn't ask to be here.
Don't come. Don't come. If I can't speak my truth, then that's what it is. Sometimes you have to say fuck them kids.
Absolutely not. And that's just where we disagree.
Absolutely so, because you know what? You can live your life for your children all you want to, but at the end of the day, when those kids get of age, whether it be 13, 14, 15, 16.
That's not of age.
That's when they start doing it. That's when they start living their life. I used to be that parent. And the very first time I heard David says, no, you don't fuck the kids because you fucked up. I don't think that means you fucked up because he decides that he wants to be something else and he wants to live his truth. That means he's fucked up. I don't get that. I don't get that. My thing is this. Everybody has to be happy. I agree, Anthony. At the end of the day, everybody has to be happy. So this is the thing. The very first time that I heard fuck them kids was when I was married to Jacoby. Mm-hmm. And we were trying to decide something. It was a situation that we were trying to decide. And it was a financial issue. It was one of those things. Do we pay $1,000 for this for the kids? Or do we pay something for ourselves? And so I will never forget it. Jacoby said, fuck them kids. We gonna do for us. And honey, that ran all over my plate. When I was talking about, oh, you gonna say fuck my kids? You got me messed up. And it started into this big old argument. And I was just like, oh, no, you won't. You won't talk about my kids like that. You won't do this because my kids do this. My kids do this. And so when I thought about it, and so we were really, really heated for a while behind, fuck my kids. And he wasn't saying necessarily just fuck my kids, but he was just saying fuck them kids. Sometimes you have to say fuck them kids. And so whenever it got down to it, You know, and I used to be that parent that would say, oh, my kids will never do this. My kids will never do this. My kids will. Honey, the very first time last year when Josiah stole Lamont's Cadillac while I was out of town, I never would have thought that my 14-year-old would have gotten behind the wheel of my $50,000 car and drove it across the street and drove down the street and put gas in it and drove it back home and then attempted to wash my car. Just had a joyous time at 14 driving down busy streets here in Maryland. Never would have thought that. Never would have thought that my oldest child would have went to a pill party and came home high as a kite, and we don't understand what he's on, and we stand up all night trying to figure out. So sometimes in life, you have to say, I'm gonna live my life. I can't give you everything. I can't give you all of me, because if I give you all of me, I'm no good to you as a parent. I'm no good. I can go out there and break my back. I can work 6 jobs. I can do this and that and do all of this for you. But if I don't live my life, I'm no good to you as a parent. And that's how I feel. As a parent, we sacrifice so much. And anybody that can get on here and that would say, oh, no, I don't agree with you. You've been selfish. You've chosen yourself over your kids. You've chosen yourself, your kid. Then that may be you, Mimi.
And that's all I can say. I can only speak for me.
But I know that
because my mama didn't do
it. And you know what? My mama, I can't say that my mama did it or didn't. I just know that my mother struggled to make sure that we had the best of everything. Did I always respect it? I didn't respect it. I wish that now that I'm older and wiser, I wish that I could go back and change some of the disappointments that I gave to my mother. I wish that she would have given me more of a tougher love sometimes, instead of giving me the things that she gave me, or instead of allowing me to get away with the things that I got away with. Janessa can tell you, we didn't struggle. We didn't do that. You know, and my mom, she worked hard to give us a lot of things, and my father did too. However, in this situation, I totally disagree with you. I don't know what
and it's okay.
I think that, you know,
but as a woman, as a single mom, and let me rewind for you, because every Black woman does not take a man through all these issues. You know, with seeing the kids. I don't treat my kids as no damn amusement park. When I got divorced, and the judge, when I stood in that courtroom, and the judge said, Miss Phillips, I see you have not petitioned the court for child support. And I said, with all due respect, Your Honor, I'm not about to sit up here and have a white man tell this Black man to take care of his kids. Either he gonna take care of them or he not. I said, but I'm going to take care of him. He can come see him anytime, but he gonna have to come correct. And I'm not talking about no money. I'm just talking about, you need to make sure that you ain't high, you ain't drunk. You know, you come around and, you know, your stellar self. And that's all I have required. I've never shut the door. Never. I've never put him down in front of my kids. None of that stuff. So that is not an accurate depiction of all Black women. I
didn't say all. I said
no. But you said black women.
Black women, and that's
you can't. That's not a broad scope. You can't paint everybody with that brush. Let me
tell you why I identify.
You got some fucked up men too.
Well, we do. We really do.
But what I'm saying, what we're talking about right now is sacrifice and putting your kids first. And as a mother, as a single mother of 3 young Black men, I am going. First of all, we're already a statistic, you know, according to the government, because I am a single mom and raising these boys. But that's why I work hard like I do, to make sure that we in a nice neighborhood. You know, they got a house with a yard, and they have everything that they need and some of the things that they want. And the thing is, as a mom, I can sacrifice for my kids, because I want them to have a good life. It's not their fault that I picked their dad. That's not on them. And it's not about, what I do for me and only me is I get my nails done every 2 weeks. That's what I do. And I get my feet done every couple of months, because, you know, I don't have to. But That's the one thing I do, but everything else is for them because with them, I brought them here. They cannot fend for themselves.
And I'm not
So they
saying
cannot.
when
They
I
can't
say
get out here and work and pay bills, and they cannot. It is.
I'm not
I am.
saying stop. I'm not saying
What
stop.
I'm saying is, it's not, I can sacrifice. I can't go out and take trips and do me and live my best life because I got to get them ready for this harsh ass world.
But
Period.
here's the other.
And with that last situation, that gentleman, I don't care. I mean, and I know we're not going to agree because you're a gay man, so you're going to see things differently than I see him. I thought the whole thing was selfish. Go be gay, but do it before you get a wife and a fucking child. Because now
I
you done fucked up
disagree.
two lives.
No,
Absolutely.
no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. No, no,
Yeah.
no. Because the thing about it is, I've experienced the same stuff that we're talking about. I will never
Mhm.
forget the wife that I had, the wife that I
Mhm.
was married to, who could not have children, who could not
Right.
have children. And this is not putting her down as a woman, but she could not have children. And so I
Right.
had a client that had gotten raped, and the client that got raped came to me and
Mhm.
said, "Hey, Lamont, um, I know that you've been trying to have a baby. I know that y'all have been working really, really hard and stuff. So here, let me help y'all. I want to give you this child that I know that I probably cannot love. I want to give you this child." And I was just
Mhm.
like, "Oh, okay, no problem." So I go home and I talk it over with my wife. And I'm telling her, you know, what this situation is. Can we love this child? Can we do this? Oh, I can do it, Lamont. I can do it. Okay. The we're helping take care of this girl while she's getting ready to have this baby. Anytime she called us and said she needed this, we had no problem with giving it to her. None
Right.
whatsoever. The baby is born. We're at the hospital. We're in, like, so I couldn't even go into the delivery room because she had been violated as a woman. And so she didn't want a man around. So she wanted my wife to be there. No
Right.
problem. I'm there, being supportive, whatever. The baby comes out. We name the baby Genesis, blah, blah, blah. Genesis to Kendrick Ford was his name. I ain't scared. Genesis to Kendrick Ford was his name. So
Mhm.
time goes on. We've had the baby probably maybe 6 months. And that's when things started to spiral down in my life. That was when the probation came back up and me absconding, not reporting for probation and everything. And so I go to jail. I go to jail. And so while I'm in jail, oh, I don't want to bring the baby because I don't want the baby to see you like this. The baby is 6 months old and you don't want the baby to see me like this. Okay, girl, no problem. I'm dealing with it. But the first rumor that came out that I was having an affair on her, that I was dealing with a dude, oh, now I'm a child molester. I can show you court documents. Whenever she filed her court documents against me to divorce me, when she divorced me while I was locked
Yeah.
up, which is a fucked up situation, but she
Yeah.
divorced me. And in the court documents, it states that she found out that I was a homosexual and she felt like that the child would be in fear for its life because she felt like I would molest the child. Now,
Yeah.
was that fair? No.
Your ex-wife was fucked. Your shit was fucked up.
That is
No,
not
no,
fair.
no bones about it.
This whole time, the child is 16 years old. She
Yeah.
died last year. The very
Yeah.
first thing that happened was people reached out to me and said, "Oh, Lamont, she's dying. Can you get here?" This was before she even died. And they were saying how sick. And I was just like, you know what? Every time I saw this woman, she would cuss me out. She would talk trash to me. Even when her mother died, we were on a better term.
Right.
I think I've seen him maybe 5 times out of his entire life.
Yeah.
And I offered to pay child support. I offered for the court to give me visitation. I pled for all of these things, all of
Right.
these things as a Black man, as a Black gay man. And then it was all stripped from me because this woman wanted to be vindictive because she said I hurt her. Because I came out and I said, well, I didn't come out. I was exposed as being a homosexual. I was exposed as having an affair on her and dealing with a dude at the time, which is true. It's
But
accurate.
she knew that you were. She knew that you were bisexual before, right? When y'all got
I
together.
was bisexual the whole time, but when
So
other
that's what I'm saying. So that's a whole totally different
so
situation.
listen to me. She knew, but once everyone else got wind of who I was, oh, her
Mhm.
story changed. I never knew. He never told me he had these feelings. Oh, he never said this, which was a fucking lie because
Yeah.
we had this conversation. We had this conversation before we were married. The pastor and I sat down and talked to her. The pastor's wife sat down and talked to her. People in the community that knew who I was told her things about me. But then all of a sudden, nobody told me.
Your sound is real muffled.
Oh, I've heard this before. Nobody told me. Can you hear me? Can you
No,
hear
you
me?
still breaking. Sound like a robot.
I don't know why.
And your screen is frozen. Okay, look like something happening. No, it's still a little messed up. Okay.
Am I back? He's frozen. Mm. Can somebody talk? Can you hear me?
No, you still kind of frozen.
Brandon, can you switch computers with me?
It's all right, but I totally, and now from your example, I get why you feel like you feel. Because what she did to you was that's unforgivable.
No.
Absolutely. She knew, but she used your shit against you because she knew how society looked at homosexuals. No, it wasn't
Oh,
right. But what I'm telling you, every situation is not like that. And everybody does not know. Y'all get yeah, you still frozen, baby. But that's the thing. So with his particular situation, what he just said, I get it. And you have a lot of fucked up people out here on both sides. But with this situation that I was talking about with my childhood friend, and I'm telling you, I know this girl. Now I'm not gonna say 100%, because I know sometimes people don't put out there certain things because they don't want people to, kind of look at them side eye. But I'm gonna say this: I don't believe that she knew. She told me she didn't, and I really don't believe that she knew because when I met him, I didn't know. But at the end of the day, when you bring a child into the world, and this is just how I feel, you are responsible for that life. Period. Because they come here, they are absolutely children are absolutely perfect when they come here. They're honest. They wide eyed. They tell you exactly how they feel. Period. So we the ones that screw them up. And with that situation, with him not going to his wife first, because if he gone to his wife, even though, you know, the deception on his part to the wife, we can get over that because she's grown. You know, it's fucked up, but when you grown, you know how to go seek counseling on your own. But when it's a child and you go to that children, they minds are still not developed, especially at no 11 years old. You don't put that on him. It was just wrong and it was selfish. And that was my entire point. But again, I'm not part of the LGBTQIA community. I know they added some more letters. I'm trying to be respectful, not being funny. But I'm not part of that community, so I have not been through that myself. I can empathize, but I haven't experienced it. But just as a single parent that has done everything correctly as far as the other person to make sure my kids are open and not putting them down and all of that type of stuff, I put myself to the side. My husband did some real fucked up stuff, but I didn't put that on my kids because that's still their father and they love their father. Just because somebody's not a good spouse, don't mean they can't be a good dad. But the thing is, what that gentleman did, that wasn't good dad behavior, and that was my issue. See, we back. You good now?
can you hear me?
I heard that.
I don't know what's going on over here. So I think I was to the part to where I feel like that oftentimes that, with our situation, what I went through with her, was really messed up. It was messed up. And what it did was it caused, the child not to know me. He doesn't know me. He knows of me. I'm sure people have said things about me and told him things, or of that nature. What did that do for me? It made me go adopt two boys that I love dearly. I was not open and honest with the boys up front in the beginning. I was a parent that brought all kinds of men around my children. Um, I waited until I found someone that I thought that I was serious with, and that was Jacoby. And then we sat down and we talked to the boys together. And that was we came out with it together. He did not expose me, or I didn't expose him. We had a conversation together with the oldest child, not with the youngest, because I felt like he was too young to really, really understand. Josiah was 4 or 5 at the time. I mean, Josiah told us about each other. He knew that we were together. So I think that this woman, you keep saying deception. And I think that maybe that's where I am bothered with, because I don't really look at it as being a part of deception. Because I still say after 15, 17 years with a person, you begin to learn a person, regardless if they're gone or they're there. You know that I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
It's still it's still inaudible on certain parts.
I'm so sorry. So I don't have to go off again because I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to set up this computer again. See if I can come back. If not, you got it. And this is from your perspective tonight. I'm going to do it. But I'm coming back.
Child, I heard that you say I heard a thing.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Maybe you just need to get up, go to another part of the room, see if that'll help.
You think that? I don't think that's going to help.
All your background good, so it don't matter.
All my background is in my house.
Yeah, all the background. Let's see.
I think it's really the Wi-Fi here. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to hurry it. Ouch.
It's all right. We're gonna get this together.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you a little bit. Yeah. Say
Okay,
something now.
Yeah. Maybe we're not supposed to talk about this. Maybe I'm not supposed to be into this.
Chad, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with StreamYard tonight.
It's all. I mean, it's hey. We haven't just technical difficulties. I mean, it happens.
Yeah. So we're gonna end and we're gonna come back.
You said what, babe?
We're gonna end it and come back.
Okay.